This is called fair use and allowed for purposes of criticism in news reporting. Pole shift, the Hopi prophecy, plasma apocalypse, when the plasma punches through the firmament of the earth, and we have this cataclysm, which was linked to the Tartarian mud floods. Go to TommyTruthful.com for more info. So they're spraying these poisons over our head. Borium, aluminum, strontium, 2 of them spell ball, other radioactive isotopes. And there's the nano dust in this, which is why people are breaking out in more gallons. But there's a deeper reason, because they're hiding what's going on up in the sky. They've showed us predictive programming of CERN's portal opening in so many different movies. Justice League, Avengers, Stargate. And let's not forget, the scientists in Tennessee are working at the Oak Ridge National Laboratories in eastern Tennessee have announced they are trying to open a portal to a parallel dimension. They are firing beams of neutrons through a 50-foot tunnel.
I'm not the least bit interested in this bullshit plan that you've been cooking.
It's not, as you so colorfully called it, bullshit. Mind if I join you?
Actually appreciate some solitude.
Mm-hmm.
But it seems I won't get any.
Dear God.
Mm-hmm. Louis XIII at 8.
I've had worse. It is impressive, isn't it?
All the ways we could have screwed the pooch, this way is the most complete. I'm relieved, actually. This time everything goes. There's no commission, no leaping away, no life spent going mad. But the desperation to see a familiar face.
I've seen worlds end in ways that would knock your socks off, old man.
Wow.
The plasma apocalypse. The predictive programming they showed us in the Umbrella Academy, which you just watched right there, Season 3, Episode 9, the reflection of 93 from the Earth to the Sun, 93 million miles. The plasma apocalypse, also known as the EMPCOE, or electromagnetic plasma changeover event, during Corona, the great coronal mass ejection. And it's about this vortex that connects with other realms in our realm, and they're opening this portal in the firmament, because CERN is a Stargate. They're opening this portal to let these entities in and for them to escape through this portal, right? According to NASA, pole shift occurs about every 200,000 to 300,000 years, guys, and we are double that overdue. Which 7 years before Rona, the CIA declassified the Adam and Eve story talking about pole shift. While pole shift is realistic, the idea of portals opening in the sky, I get it. Sounds a little far-fetched, right? But we've seen all the predictive programming. And especially in the children's shows. They are showing so much truth in these kid shows. So believers claim the absence of our electromagnetic field will temporarily cause zero gravity. And remember, this event is talked about in the Quran and the Bible, saying during an apocalyptic event, the heavens will recede like a scroll, right? And the kid show Zero Gravity, the name or Gravity Falls, my apologies. The name Gravity Falls seems to imply zero gravity. So the character in here has a birthmark that's shaped like the Big Dipper, hinting at the location of the portal, right? The show contains a lot of occult symbolism, far too much to present all in this thread. There are many all-seeing eyes and Masonic symbols hidden in the scenery. Below, you can see the main character dressed up to resemble a Shriner, a member of the Masonic order. And you got to be a 32nd to 33rd degree to even be in the Shriners. That ain't for no low-level shit, okay? That's for the top dogs, and they're doing some dark shit and keeping all the true knowledge hidden and giving us a bunch of propaganda, giving us stuff to fight amongst each other. So for my flat earth people, pole shift is the plasma apocalypse event. But you see how they keep us arguing about that? They say this is a real rapture event, and they're going to have to explain all the people disappearing. And remember, I've said this numerous times, if you took the jabber, you are not going to be raptured, because only organic life forces can get through this portal, this vortex. You can't get through the interdimensional gateway to heaven if you have been genetically modified and then mixing the iron and clay. Now, Fry ends up being sent into the Rip and discovers the beast with 1 billion backs, a colossal one-eyed tentacle creature made of a substance known as electromatter. The beast awakens and begins invading the Earth by forcing its appendages through the portal. Supposedly, during the plasma event, plasma streams will come out of the vortex and spiral around the Earth, looking for places to ground themselves. Some of these streams will find human hosts, which it's going to factory reset your brain, guys. It really will. And they say the plasma streams will attach themselves to non-living hosts, reanimating the dead and bringing machines and other inanimate objects to life. And remember, and they say in the final days, the dead will rise. Well, yeah, it will. And I think this event is just the creator. It's his energy. It's a way he factory resets everything when people are trying to download their consciousness to AI life forms and just murder millions of people. You know, the reason they took the Georgia Guidestones down, so they would not be exposed during this great dying off that we're getting ready to see from 2023 through 2025, and the Great Tribulation equals 225. 2025, they said they will control the weather by 2025. So, you know, China said this, and in the movie They Live, they said the exact same year, 2025, they will control the whole world. But anyways, after encountering the beast, Fry returns to Earth with tentacles attached to his neck. He tells everyone to love the tentacles and becomes the pope of a religion that worships them. The theme of tentacles controlling people's mind is in many other movies. Supposedly, these plasma streams will erase their host's memory. Once again, I know how far-fetched it sounds, but it is real. Is plasma what they call an alien life form? The term was borrowed from blood plasma because it describes the substance lifelike behavior. According to physicists, 99.9% of the universe is made up of plasma. Is it sentient? Could it be considered the creator or an extension of him? 100%. Earlier in the movie, the military attempts to launch a missile into the gateway. Theorists say the elite will do something similar. They will launch rockets into the vortex in an attempt to escape. Supposedly, the opening of the portal gives humanity a chance to ascend. To buy some time, the elites will use Project Bluebeam to fake an alien invasion. They'll do this to explain away the arrival of these interdimensional entities. people being raptured away. And the elites will make their getaway. The masses will assume they're just fighting ETs, right? They also say the elites will try to prevent people from ascending with them by creating an artificial electromagnetic field that holds back the plasma while Earth's natural one is down. Futurama movie, the governments of the world symbolically do the same exact thing. That's called predictive programming, lesser magic, truth in plain sight, right? It's a form of witchcraft and spell casting. They try to, well, it's also universal law. They have to tell us the truth. So they do it in very deceptive ways. You can, and guys, you can read this full blog in detail on TommyTruthful.com, and then you see all the links to videos and different creators on the subject. The shield fails, and as stated earlier, the beast succeeds in invading Earth. Here it is interesting to note that when the central tentacle shoots down, we see the world tree, which connects other realms to the realm of the gods. Remember, that was in Norse mythology, but not just Norse mythology. It goes back to Sumeria, Mesopotamia. You know, they had more knowledge of what was really going on than us, because the last great reset, Build Back Better, the Tartarian mud floods, they just wrote that part of history out to hide the true knowledge from us so they could control the event. Some say the elites are trying to trigger this event. Scientists at CERN openly admit they are looking for other dimensions, and the creator of the D-Wave, Gordy Rose, has stated the quantum computers will summons the Lovecraftian old ones. Tentacled beings seem to symbolize the plasma apocalypse. In the mist, the military opens an interdimensional doorway, and Lovecraftian monsters come through. This movie seems to hint at the mist that will appear when the plasma event happens. It's from the depressurization of the atmosphere when Earth's EMF goes down, and 5G is deeper than you think. What they're really doing with that, which we get into full detail on TommyTruthful.com. There are many more things people claim will happen. Supposedly, just like a black hole, the vortex will suck in the heat, energy in the vicinity, and it's going to cause a whirlwind, super cooled air, a geostorm pretty much, guys. It's going to flash, freeze everything. Everything. Just like we were seeing in Geostorm. And all the programming we're seeing right now with weather modification, geoengineering, it really ties into this event, right? How many movies have they showed us with the flash freezing? A lot. A lot. At the climax of this plasma apocalypse, even larger plasma beams will begin striking the Earth like lightning, carving out new canyons and pulverizing mountains. In some places, plasma beams will liquefy the ground, causing mud floods, which will bury entire cities. People will be sucked right under. Sounds exactly what's going on in Revelation 16, right? Then there came flash of lightning, rumblings, and thunders, severe earthquake. No earthquake like anyone has ever seen before. The great city split into 3 parts. And it was called, what? Babylon. The cup was filled with its fornication. You know, that's America, unfortunately. It really is. And look into the book of Eli. It tells the similar story of this event. The movie Wall-E, which you would never think. Now, make sure you go over here, guys, on TommyTruthful.com. And you can click, there's multiple channels because I let other people put their content over here. But you'll see there's a bunch of new content for you. That's a great one right there. It's about these murders. Knowledge is power. TommyTruthful.com.